is a plus for the West Coast Eagles because they have been just dominating at stoppages. And again.
Yeah, Pritis off the Duggan, and look at that.
That is magnificent.
I'm not sure. I had good players, I suppose.
Big kick in again from Thurlow. Selwood out, pointed in the air by Wellingham.
In their 7 wins and 1 loss of plus 282 points.
Geelong, some sort of record.
Geelong 2 and 6 at minus 96.
Probably not the news that Geelong fans were looking for, Kingy, as McGuinness takes the mark. Kennedy belts back to the goal square. Can Rivers help his mate here? He can, but Kennedy stayed afloat, and the battle continues. Big Josh around the corner. More help came. Kennedy fought on. Has he got anything left to give? He gives it everything. This is a big Sun goal if it makes it. He couldn't quite land it, Big Josh. Kicks just inside the 50. Oh, Natanui, loom large. Hill is a free kick for an arm chop. It's a goal. Is the advantage paid? Yes, it is. The goal finally comes, and it was unexpected in a way. There's just so many.
It's a shock.
At the back, though, is Kelly. He looked up. He had no one to kick to. Finally, Kirsten did enough to give him something at half-back. He's got not much as far as teammates go. Finds Buse okay. And through to Thurlow. They walk the tightrope there. It becomes a little more dangerous for the Cats. Gaff takes it, sends it inside. They're all in different positions as they all run forward. And Hill takes the mark, and surely he'll convert here.
Team defence absolutely brilliant there by the West Coast Eagles. They had an out, they'd cursed him with the ball.
So Josh Hill has kicked 1 goal, 3 for the afternoon. Now he's kicked 2 goals, 3, and things opening up finally for the Eagles. Guthrie, Butler to round it up for the Eagles. What can he generate from half-back?
Well, it's a brave kick, but it hit the target.
Kickstart into the middle. Shuey, and they're off again. High ball, Nelson. Kennedy, the ball hits the ground. He's got to take on 3 again. A little push. It was a delicate nudge. It was effective, but then they've closed him out well. Mackey, as they deal it around, shelled out a handball. And it comes back. Duggan, Natanui, Shuey with a wind-up, and he kept his head. Popped it to Kennedy. They can just Chinese checker their way through and put through by McGuinness, and he kicks the goal for the Eagles.
Well, it's a good rebound, that one, for the Eagles, because it looked as if the Cats were about to launch an attack. Stokes let go of the handball. I don't think he considered he was under enormous pressure. I mean, that's just a nothing handball. It's given the ball straight back. Can't underestimate that intercept mark of Mitts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was going to be such a big goal if Geelong had been able to put 2 on the board in succession.
Pritis to full forward. Here's Natanui looming large. Still is Kennedy. Bang! That's 4.
Well, it was a kick to the top of the square, and all coaches want primarily is a contest. That's what brought it to the ground.
Nick did it, didn't he? He was fantastic to bring it to the ground.
Scott Selwood. He's manhandled, so he gets the chipping ball.
What Natanui has done is he's just charged forward. He's up against Selwood. Try and mark this.
So he took the ruck, and now he's going to be having a shot for goal. No, he decides to share the love, and Sinclair puts it through.
So they struggle to get the ball out. They've got to invent ways here, Geelong. Take this any opportunity they can.
Mackey puts his faith in Stevie Johnson. No mark. Motlop rounds it up. Lonigan, desperate. Shunts it over the line. The umpires look at each other. Outstanding, and he waited to the right moment to get the handball off to Thurlow, who scoots out of defence. Johnson pivots up, looks around. Oh, what was that? He shaped it off the outside of the boot for Corey Gregson. He's got Murdoch 20 metres further afield. Oh, and doesn't get the target. Well done, Nelson. Murdoch falls over, gets up. Duggan meets him and goes crashing into the turf. Well done, Liam Duggan, putting his body on the line for his team. He can't do any more to impress his new side.
He's only had the 12 possessions today, but there have been 12 good ones.
Pritis hacking it inside 50. McGuinness stood up when it mattered so he could release the handball.
Good defence there by Geelong, though. Closed it down really well.
Oh, Buse could be in trouble here. in big, big trouble. Jamie Cripps. He's normally dead-eye in front of the goals, and that's no exception.
And if Jack Darling gets up and running, I mean, there must be some consideration about whether or not he can get back to his best at this stage of the season if he hasn't played yet.
He's getting closer from all reports. Here's Caddy. Nice manoeuvre through there. Motlop takes it, and he is off and decides to bounce. And asked them to stop him. They couldn't. Murdoch, he just gets to his feet, then he goes down again. Had to give up the ball. Relentless pressure from the Eagles. Well done. Nelson found a way out. The back to Hearn, and now they'll charge forward on the outer side. Gav, have a listen to the crowd showing their appreciation for the hard toil of this West Coast Eagles team. So many players out, and yet there's such a good combination. College goes short.
That's an honesty, isn't it? There,
Yeah, it is.
They can trust each other now. Bomber getting shepherded out by somebody else. That just had to hit the ground, that ball.
That's guided forward. Lang dabs somewhere between Johnson and Selwood. Selwood back to Johnson, who's thinking. He's thinking where to. Hawkins wanted it in, then changed his mind, said go short to Selwood.
Oh, going to kill him. Oh, poor man.
He'll shake it off if he can, but Hearn...
He's tough, isn't he? Selwood. He looked about 30 when he was at 18, didn't he? He's always looked the same.
He was the same when he was 18.
He's like a mature man.
Oh, look at Natanui! He took his armchair with him and sat up on top, Nick Natanui. What about the view from up there for Nick Nat? And look at them stand on their feet. We all enjoyed the ride.
Look at the people in the crowd. They just idolise him.
Well, those ones sitting at ground level, they would have got the full impact of just how high he got.
That's so real. What a picture. The people just there behind him.
I think that answers the Mark's question, Jared, on his game.
And a mark like that deserves a goal, just like that.
Well, he's putting on a show, the big fellow. Champion Data have got him well ahead as best player on the ground for all of his acts. And he may not take as many marks as some, but he does a hell of a lot of other things.
Oh, what a mark.
He's not even bothered going up against him in the ruck. Shuey storms out of the middle. Is he tired? No, not really. Kicks at 65 metres. Kennedy's ready if it hits the ground. It did hit the ground, and it's flicked over the line.
There's not a car on offer these days, but it was one of the great highlights of the round.
Gaff couldn't help himself to a goal. Selwood. Luke Shuey. And that's high. So Luke Shuey. This is a dominant performance by the Eagles. 38 points now. Johnson again squeezes a little kick out, and Murdoch, he thought he marked it, not paid. Caddy, he's thrown that away. Marston just jams it out. Here's McGuinness. Told just to hold on, boys, because there's no one ahead. That's pretty easy for Lonergan to spoil. Kennedy goes down with him. Oh, the ball stays in.
Oh, no.
Cripps scoops it up. College. And here's LeCras.
He's a sneaky little forward, isn't he?
He is.
Just finds little holes and bobs up out of the ground.
I've really enjoyed his year this year, Bomber. Allowing the big bloke to get involved. Wouldn't be surprised if he slotted this one, though.
Hasn't kicked a goal so far today, but he is a fine kicker of football. Didn't make it, or did it?
Did it?
I think it did. It's a goal. I know the next derby's still a long way away, but the way that it's shaping at the moment, it's going to be some sort of day here later in the year. Johnson to Stokes. He goes for the torpedo too. Good grab from Shepherd.
Who's really having a good year, Brad Shepherd.
So the margin 38. In a way, it does reflect the dominance of the Eagles, but the Cats hung in for a long time, aided no doubt by the Eagles' inaccuracy in front of goal. Taylor. So where are the Cats got to improve, do you think, Gerard? I mean, clearly their midfield is still an issue for them.
I think that's the issue, Hutto. I think they're well served everywhere else. They've got some interesting ruck options, but they've just got to get more workhorses that go up and down the ground more often than they've got at the moment.
Now they're advancing again, the Eagles. And look at this. It is a bit of training about this little drill. And Kennedy's on the end of it all. And he can run in another goal. And that's number 5 for Josh Kennedy. They just are playing with enormous belief at the moment. And system, as we said.
And why wouldn't they? Because they actually don't mind the contest. They like it and they win them, don't they? They're just really strong over the ball.
I think this is the area they've really improved on, and that's their team defence. They're prepared to tackle and they're prepared to harass, but they structure up really well and get that ball back so often. And this kid, he's almost there. And each week he turns up, he gets that little bit closer to becoming the full package. Sometimes he overreaches when he goes for marks. On that occasion, he had a good base, good foundation, and strong hands.
And for his second goal, got the goal umpire working, but it's there. I'm going to go and regress the situation. Butler finds Pritis. His 29th disposal coming up. 20 seconds remaining. Can they create one more? Natanui's on the bench, so he's not going to be able to take another screamer. All the work was done early there from Lacroix. Goes for Kennedy one more time. He falls over. He's going to get a free. Harry Taylor can't believe it. It'll be 6 goals
kick of the
for
day.
Josh.
What happens in West Coast?
Goals for Josh, but they all count when they're giving out the medal at the end of the year.
There's a siren.
What a wonderful win for the West Coast Eagles. The margin is 56 points. They found the goals eventually. They've kicked 16 of them, 16, 24, 120 to Geelong, who ran out of manpower, ran out of energy. They were overrun in the end. Geelong 10-4, 64. It's the Eagles flying high with a 56-point win. Let's get down to David King.
Well, we're just talking about it now, Nick. What a fantastic day it was. A clinical performance from the team. But don't worry about the team. Let's talk about your mark in the goal square, rising up, mate. What was going through your mind? What were you thinking?
I just take a grab. I think I've been confident a fair bit for not taking my grabs. But no, when the opportunity's there, you're going to fly at it. Yeah, things like that play off. So, no, it's good.
How far out did you know that you were going to set sail for that?
I'm not too sure, mate. I just saw the footy and just attacking it. I think all our forwards have, for the whole game, we had 24 behind. So, that 40 shots on goal has been a good effort by our forwards.
It's been a remarkable year in a lot of ways. You've turned yourself back into a powerhouse. This football club is on the rise again, based on these young kids coming through. You talk about Duggan, McGovern, these types.
Yeah, all tough kids. I know, Gov down back. Even guys like Elliot Yeo who didn't play today, and guys like Dom Sheed as well who wasn't out there. So we've got some tough young kids, and really lifts the boys. So yeah, we're on a good trot at the moment.
Well done, mate. Go and enjoy it.
Cheers, thank you.